Splendid Suns is a touching story about how two girls come together over war. First is Miriam. Miriam is a little girl who lives with her mother and Nana in a small shack on the outskirts of Herat, Afghanistan. Miriam's father is Jalil, a wealthy businessman who lives in a big home with his 3 wives and 6 children, 7 including Miriam. Miriam was spared this life of luxury because she was born out of wedlock. One day, after waiting hours for Jalil's visit, Miriam crossed the creek to find Jalil. However, Jalil neglected to let her inside his home. When Miriam went home, she found her mother had hung herself, forcing Jalil to take her in. Jalil's 3 wives didn't waste any time trying to marry Miriam off to a man 30 years older than she, named Rashid. The couple was immediately married and left for Rashid's home in Kabul. Next, Layla's story is told. She is a little girl born after Miriam was married. Layla lived with her parents in a typical home across from Miriam and Rashid. After hearing of the deaths of both her brothers who had fought communist forces, Miriam's mother, Mommy, became depressed and bedridden and refused to leave and escaped the violence until Afghanistan was safe again. Finally, Layla's father, Bobby, convinced Mommy to leave for Pakistan. However, just as they were about to leave, their home was hit by a rocket. Layla was the only survivor. Finally, the girls' stories join. Layla, knocked out, is found on the streets by Miriam and Rashid, who clothe and feed her. Rashid becomes obsessed with Layla and asks for her hand in marriage. Quickly, Miriam says yes, because she is pregnant with her childhood sweetheart, Tariq's baby. She names her Aziza, who she knows will never know her real father. Years later, Rashid becomes bored with his wives and whips them with his brass belt. Layla finally becomes pregnant again and gives birth to Zameh, Rashid's actual son. One day, Tariq shows up at Layla's doorstep, but when Zameh tells Rashid, he's not very happy. So unhappy that Rashid begins to whip and choke Layla. Miriam could see Rashid would kill Layla, so she grabbed a shovel and hit Rashid off of Layla. The result will just have to be read in 1,000 Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini.